No one thinks of farming when they see the claw marks of a predator. To us, those are the marks of a hunter. But in ancient times, survival meant observation, not fear, right? And those who thrived in the harshest jungles learned a secret that modern minds still can't fully grasp. Predators didn't just hunt prey, they led the way to life. This is a tale from a time when the world was young, a time before maps, before plows, even before writing. In forgotten valleys where no roads existed and no maps were ever drawn, early humans noticed patterns. Where the predators walked, the soil changed, where claws dug in, or where animals rested. Those places told stories. The places lions rested, the corners leopards crossed, the trail of hyenas. They weren't just signs of danger, they were signs of fertility. It sounds insane now. Why follow death to grow life? But they didn't just guess, they watched. When a predator killed, the blood enriched the earth. When bones broke down, minerals soaked into the soil. When prey scattered, seeds clung to fur, hooves, and feathers. Predators unknowingly became farmers, spreading nutrients and disturbing the ground in just the right places. The ancients followed quietly, never interfering, just learning. They would return days later, dig into the soft ground and plant, not with tools, but with memory. These hidden gardens grew faster, stronger, not because of sunlight or water, but because life and death had already touched the ground. It became a rhythm. Watch the hunt, wait, return, plant. They didn't leave markers like stones or sticks. They left whispers. A bent twig here, a scattered stone there. It's nothing a stranger would notice. But the tribe did. I got a twisted root here, a fallen feather there. Each clue was a thread in a web far older than agriculture itself. Even more fascinating, they knew which predator to follow based on what they wanted to grow. Panthers roamed near water, perfect for moisture-loving roots. Hyenas preferred open clearings, ideal for grains. Each species shaped the land differently. Each had its own agricultural signature. There were no fences, no ownership, just harmony. The predator kept the balance. The farmer kept the wisdom. Nature wasn't an enemy. It was a teacher. Today, we rely on machines, chemicals, and predictions. But the ancients relied on nothing more than footprints, gut feeling, and the deep patience to wait. That's why their farming lasted generations, because it was never forced. It was followed. Maybe that's the lesson hidden in the forgotten soil. True survival isn't about domination. It's about alignment. It's not reshaping the earth, but understanding the quiet language it's already speaking. If these stories fascinate you, if you feel like something ancient still breathes beneath the leaves, then this journey is for you. Deep in the Amazon, where the green is endless and the stories whisper from leaf to leaf, there's a people who remember. Not all who live among the trees are as innocent as they seem. There are some who've seen too much and remember too well. It's names like tattoos on skin, spirits that walk beside them, voices that echo from beyond the grave. This is a story of the forgotten ones, the ones who remember when the jungle spoke and showed them the way. Long ago, when the jaguar walked with kings, they heard the secrets in the rustling leaves. When the harpy eagle shrieked, they saw the omens in the sky. They lived by the wisdom of the forest, the changing seasons, the ripening fruit, the whispers of the wind. Their lives were a dance with the wild, a balance on the edge of the blade. For these people, every scar was a story. Every wrinkle, a map of trials and triumphs. Some say they were cursed, others say blessed. But what is certain is that they survived when others faltered. And they did so by remembering. Remembering the language of the jungle. Each footprint in the mud, each feather on the ground, each broken twig, a silent story unfolding. They saw what outsiders missed, the strength in a spider's web, the weakness in a termite mound, the life in a fallen log. They lived with the rhythms of decay and rebirth, understanding that death was just another form of life. When the Spaniards came with their conquistadors and dreams of gold, the jungle people remembered. They knew the terrain like the lines on their palms, the hiding places, the secret trails, the edible plants, the medicinal herbs. They moved like phantoms through the green, surviving on what the jungle gave, taking only what they needed, leaving offerings in return. Some say they were ghosts to the Spaniards, appearing and disappearing at will. Others say the jungle itself protected them, turning into vines and trees, blending with the green. What's certain is that they survived when others perished, when diseases swept through villages and the jungle fell silent. They kept their distance, wary of outsiders, yet curious about the world beyond the trees. They bartered for tools and trinkets, learning new ways while keeping their old. They adopted the machete, the knife, and the horse, but never forgot the wisdom of the jaguar. The power of the snake, the freedom of the monkey. Generations passed, centuries slipped by, and still they remembered, now fewer than 1,000 strong, scattered across the Amazon. They hold on to the forgotten ways, the ancient knowledge. Some wear necklaces of jaguar teeth, others carry staffs of monkey bone. All of them speak in hushed tones, for they believe the jungle is listening, always listening. And maybe it is, maybe the trees remember. Every day, the forgotten ones wake before sunrise, the women with baskets, the men with machetes. Together they venture into the green, following trails only they can see. Vines part for them, leaves rustle in greeting. They harvest the bounty of the forest, the sweet fruits, the bitter herbs, the sturdy vines. They gather the fallen treasures, the feathers, the bones, the teeth, each one a reminder of the jungle's power. They honor the gifts of the forest, believing every creature has a spirit. They whisper thanks to the trees, asking for guidance and protection. As the sun climbs higher, they share stories around the tree of life, tales of ancestors, legends of the wild. They teach the young ones the old ways, the songs, the dances, the secrets. They believe they're not just people, they're threads in the forest's tapestry. Each life adding a color, each story a pattern. When the day grows long, they return home, carrying the essence of the jungle in their baskets, in their hearts, in their memories. They weave the forest into their lives, using every part, wasting nothing. They turn leaves into medicine, vines into tools, branches into shelter. They tell stories to the fire, sharing their hopes, their fears, their dreams. They believe the flames carry their words to the spirits of the jungle. They sing to the moon, dancing under the stars. They believe the universe listens to their music, guiding their steps. Every morning they wake up and do it all again, living in harmony with the wild, remembering when the jungle spoke and showed them the way. If you feel like the jungle still whispers to you, if you hear echoes of ancient wisdom in the leaves, then know that you're not alone. Somewhere deep in the green, the forgotten ones remember, and in their memories, the jungle comes alive.